like already getting comfortable.
No.
I'm like,
Oh, sitting like.
yeah, love. Love.
I don't need a kneecap out on the bus.
Yeah.
They're like, usually we can't see their legs.
I know. We put them away.
We just have like our feet up on the desk. They're like, oh my God, someone needs a pedicure. And I'm like,
Could you imagine?
I do. I need the scrub, the cheese grater. You ever gotten my face?
That threw me. Also, I was like, oh,
I love that
Christine, I love
picture.
that photo.
Do my little transition lenses.
I love it. So glary with the lights.
The big butterfly shirt is
It's so
crazy
early
obnoxious.
2000s.
Yes, this is
I'm
like
obsessed.
2000.
We would be friends. We would
You
be friends.
think?
Yeah, in middle school. I would literally.
I would have had a crush on you.
Really? I would have
Like,
gravitated
this
you.
boy's so nice to
and
me.
I've been like, hey, girl.
Yeah. Did you have glasses?
Yeah.
Did you have braces when you were younger?
Yeah.
Oh shoot, I lied about that on the Instagram. Did you see that?
Well, you said one of us had braces on the Instagram. Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, then
Sometimes
two of
I
us.
just lie about you on the Instagram story because I'm like, I wonder if Cole sees these.
Yes, I see him all the time.
I always wait for you to comment like, that's not true. 'Cause
No,
I
I
think
just
one
am
time
like,
I think one time I said your favorite color was like something, and you're like, that's not true.
Yeah.
I was like, oh well.
I like it.
It's
No, it's a
fine.
fun little thing to see. Hi. Oh,
Hi.
Christine. Oh, Christine.
Welcome back. Maybe I should do it for you since we're in MySpace.
Oh.
Cole.
Oh, that was an
Hey.
A sharp.
Something shatters behind me.
Yeah. Your
What?
prescription, they shatter right here.
What are you, Charlie Puth?
No,
You
I
the
know.
notes?
I
Oh,
always love saying notes, and then I'm like, that's not true. I
that'd
just
be
made it up.
crazy.
I know. How are you?
I'm good. Welcome back to the podcast.
Welcome back to the In Bed podcast with Christine and Cole. I am
Yeah.
Cole.
And I'm Christine.
What
And
if we just
today-
switched around? I said, welcome to the In Bed podcast with Cole and Christine. You're like, hang on.
I probably wouldn't even have noticed. We're in my office today. We're in, as in
My
bed, we mean we're
favorite
in
place in
cahoots.
Illinois.
That's so interesting. You're like, it's kind of like a museum. I'm like, yeah.
It is. Every time every
They've had
time I
museums
come in
about
here,
less. Yeah.
I think it's like a 90s and early 2000s like room.
That's the vibes
Like
it
that's
gives? 90s?
1000, not 90s, early 2000s, where I just feel like Smash Mouth should be playing like you know what I mean, and like I don't know, like
and I
it's
saw her face.
yeah, like, and I love it, like especially with that hook on the like the thing, like
Yeah.
like you have like pulleys in here that like do things.
It does kind of feel like that. You ever see those people's houses that are like, oh, they have all these like trick rooms? Does that make sense?
Yes.
Trick rooms are like, they're like, it's a stair, you know, like old mysteries where you'd pull the book off the
Yes.
staircase?
Yes.
Bookshelf.
Yeah.
And it would open up into a staircase, like a hidden room.
Yeah.
I've seen like modern houses where people are like, I miss that whimsy of a house. So they'll build that back into a new house. And I look at those and I go, God, I would love that. But then I think I would forget half the rooms.
We had so my dad, okay, so for context, my grandpa was a clown in the circus.
I know this, and every time you say it, I go, you're
It's
lying.
so jarring.
Yeah.
I know. My grandpa was a clown in the circus, and so my dad grew up going to the circus as well as I later, and when I was like smaller, whatever.
Right.
And he loved magic. My dad and my grandpa loved magic and
He was
Houdini.
a clown that liked magic?
No, my dad did.
Okay.
Because of that, like he would also see magic things. Like because he would go to the circus, there's also like magic tricks and things as well too.
Yeah, yeah,
in
yeah.
the whatever. You know, and so my dad and Houdini, he grew up in Appleton. And my dad grew up
Houdini,
in,
the magician,
yes.
grew up in Appleton?
Yeah, Appleton,
What?
Wisconsin. I know. And my dad grew up in Appleton, and so he grew a
Okay.
few blocks up from where. No, I don't think at the same time.
Is there like... They were best friends. I'm like,
Yeah,
this
they're
story is
best-
crazy.
But yeah, so anyway, and so my dad loves magic, and when we were little, he had like a custom bookshelf that you could spin around, and then like part of the bookshelf, and then a TV was on the other side. It was so
Whoa.
cool.
Your dad did?
Yeah, my dad did.
Like he built it or he
no,
found that?
he got someone to
Is
buy
there like a
it.
museum in Wisconsin probably for Houdini then? There probably is. They
I
must
think
have some of his
so.
stuff. They
Yeah.
must have like donated some of his estate, you'd think.
The church that my grand. Oh, actually, no, I'm not gonna say that part because I would dox my grandma. You
Sorry
can
about it.
easily figure out where.
Yeah,
Never mind.
shoot.
Yes, but
yeah, that's
I-
really cool.
Yeah, sorry. So when you said like
Grandpa
like
was
little,
a clown. That,
Yeah.
That would be my, like, what's that called? A party, not a trick.
yeah,
Party fact. We'd be like, oh, when we have to go around the room, go around the room and say something cool about yourself. And I
Yeah.
go, my grandpa was a clown.
My
Real
grandpa-
nonchalant. My dad
grandpa was a
loved
clown.
magic.
Yeah, no, well, because I had to learn how to. Didn't we talk about this already? Because
We've talked about it several times, but I can never
Here?
remember. I don't know.
because
Because I definitely had follow-up questions.
Yeah, because my grandpa, all grandkids know how to juggle. We all know how to juggle. That was like our rite of passage, is that we
okay.
had to learn how to juggle growing up.
I've never seen
because
you
my
juggle.
grandpa, rest in peace, and he died on my birthday, May 11th, 2020.
Oh my gosh,
Couldn't wait a single day.
That would be my birthday. I don't even know him. I'm like,
my grandpa died on your birthday. No, seriously though, I was so mad about that. Well, I'm like, my dad has to think. You know what I mean? My dad, happy birthday. My dad died on, my son's birthday. Whatever.
I hate when dates coincide like that, like personal dates, and you're like, a lot of times our birthdays land on like Mother's Day, and I'm like, Happy Mother's Day on my birthday.
I know.
I
remember growing up, it was on my birthday, and I was like sitting at like a banquet hall or something. I was like. And like my mom was like getting roses, you know how like they would be like Happy Mother's Day, and I'd be like, it's my birthday, it's my 12th birthday. No, I'm kidding. No.
Okay.
Anyway, what were we talking about?
You learned how to juggle?
Oh yeah. Anyway, but no, you're talking about those like trapdoors and whatever in people's houses, and that just reminded me. I would like spin it all the time, but then eventually I think I broke it.
I would love that. Those kids
it was so fun.
No, I love that. That's
wow, you unlocked a memory. I forgot about that. I have to text my family group chat that
about the book.
Yeah,
shelf
can you guys remember that? That was crazy.
They say no. They're like, cool, that never happened. You're like, whose house was I? Whose did I break then?
Do you have any memories of like?
Do I have any memories? Not a single one.
No, but do you have any memories where like you thought something in the childhood that you believed, and then like later you brought it up and everyone was like, that never happened?
No. Well, I know because my memory's so bad I think I would have forgotten them again. But there is
one time. What is that thing called? Where you remember something as a child, like the paradox of something. Like,
it's not like the Bernstein Bears.
The mandolin Bay.
The Mandela effect? The Mandolin Bay effect. That's like an instrument in a place.
No, that's a hotel in Las Vegas.
Or is it? Because the Mandela effect, it might not even be there.
That's
crazy. No, speaking of Wisconsin, though, there is like a distinct memory. This is not even that long ago, but the stories were never complete truths between my two parents. I remember driving through Wisconsin, and my family's in two cars. I don't know why we're in two cars, because there's essentially, if it was like the core family group, it would have been four of us.
Yeah,
could easily fit in a car.
Yeah,
it was me and my mom in one car, and like my dad and my brother in another car. Or there was more people, and we're driving through Wisconsin. I don't know where we're going, and I think we're like driving through like my mom's hometown or where she grew up or something. And something about my mom says something like, "Oh, we got married over there." Or so she pulled up a memory of something that we're looking at from her old life, her like whatever, like before when she was young.
Sounds like she was like a spy or something. Like, her old life before she changed everything.
Yeah, like the witness protection.
Yeah.
So then she goes into the story about how my dad and her met.
Yeah.
And she tells the story like one way, like they met, and then it was like he was acting like this and I was acting like this, and we met because of happenstance. And then I went and asked my dad, and he's like, that's not how I remember going down. And it was like one of those. And then I never got the actual story.
Yeah.
Something about like, I think they're at a softball game and one of them asked for their number. Or they were like at a, oh no, I think they met at a bar. This is exactly. It was a softball game, but then it was a bar. And it was like, I asked for her number and she said like no and like played hard to get. Or my mom was like, yeah, he like would never ask me for my number. It was one of those where it was like, sure. Okay, so this is like, there's your story and the truth.
Yeah.
And I was like, whatever. So I have no idea how they met. One of those where I'm like, I don't know if I made that up too, like the whole car ride itself. I'm like, did I make that up? Did that not even happen? That's my...
I'm like, that's good. I was like looking for like, oh yeah, I thought I ate Fruit Loops a lot, but...
No.
Yeah. You're like, but I have my parents' meeting.
Yeah, I don't have... Yeah, I'm trying to think.
Okay. Speaking of Wisconsin, we went to the Wisconsin...
Yeah.
We went to the Wisconsin Dells.
Yeah. My only responses are yeah. Go, yeah.
No, it's fine.
Speaking
of Wisconsin, Dells. Yeah. Oh, wait, no, just Wisconsin. Speaking of Wisconsin,
yes,
we went to the Dells.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah,
we kind of teased it. We kind of teased it on the Valentine's Day episode that we were going for Galentine's. Like we would be in Wisconsin Dells for Valentine's.
Yes,
there you go.
Yes, we did.
Yeah,
and then we were gonna film, and then many things changed. We went with a group of friends. But we were going to film. Yeah. We had our whole setup. We rented out an Airbnb, and
it was nice at first. It was like on the water.
It was so nice.
It was a duplex, considered a duplex, because there's people you could have had like not a condo, a duplex.
I think it was a condo.
But isn't that called a duplex when it's like two stacked on top? It's like a one building with like two stack. It's a duplex. Whatever. It was.
I think it's a duplex side to side. Isn't a duplex side to side?
Oh, I don't. I haven't even thought about like the orientation of it all.
Yeah, I think the duplexes are whatever.
Anyways,
anyway, it was 2 units in one building.
Yeah.
And one was on the first floor and one was
on
the
second
water.
Floor.
On the water, on Lake Delton.
Sure.
I think. And it was nice, but then it was good. It started really well. And then what do you remember? How did you? Because you and I were both sitting when it happened.
Yes.
And you have your recollection, and I have.
We took 2 cars up.
Yeah.
To Wisconsin Dells because some of Cole's friends like came later. They had work or whatever.
Yeah.
So like we get up there the first car. We're like, you know what? We should film an episode. Out of the studio. We should film an episode at like a cabin in the woods, basically, like in the Dells.
Yeah, and it was gonna be
fun.
like a fun like cabin episode.
Yes.
And, like we were gonna be like, we're whatever, getting away.
And the bed was comfy. I remember. Like we had everything set up. We literally were like ready to go, and then. For some reason, we paused because we ended up in the living room sitting on the couch. Why did you come out to the living room?
Oh, it was because we drove 2 cars, drove separately, and then we were going to wait for then the other car arrived when we were about to start.
They were going to arrive earlier.
Wait, and then whatever, and then we can do it. Yeah.
So then Cole and I are sitting like in this living room in this Airbnb, and there's like an L couch. Yeah. And I'm sitting like in the L... the turn part of the couch, and I'm sitting like over there, and we're like listening to music and talking, and then Cole sits down like on the straightaway part of the couch.
Yeah.
And we're sitting there for like a good 3 minutes, and then Cole is like,
I would say 5.
5, okay, and then Cole's like, something stinks, and I was like, what stinks?
No, so this is what's going on in my head. We're like all talking, having a good time. It's 3 of us.
Yeah.
Me and Pakua's in there.
Yeah.
And then we're sitting there, and in my head, I'm like, oh my God, I think I smell. Like I
was having the same thought in my head. I told you that.
Yes. And so I was like, I think I smell. And then I was like, but why would I smell? And so then I like...
You had showered. You had showered before we even hit the road.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Like, and I was like, it smells like pee.
Yeah.
And
that's what you said out loud.
Yeah. And then I was like, did I like pee myself? And I didn't know. And then you were thinking it as well.
Yeah. Cole said out loud, he's like, it smells like pee. And I was like... And because then Cole's like, because I thought I smell, but I don't smell. It smells like pee. So what smells like pee? And I was like,
and for clarification, I don't ever smell like pee.
No, Cole doesn't. Cole like never smells. Cole usually smells really good. You have nice cologne.
I'm very specific about my smell.
Yeah. So then I said out loud and confirmed. I said, I also thought maybe I smelled. And then Cole gets up and just turns around and smells the couch.
Put my head down. Put my head down. I put my head down in the couch.
Like but you didn't make contact. You were like,
I think at one
did
point
you?
I did. Yeah.
At the very first sniff, you made contact with the
cushion. I was like, I really gotta get in there.
You're like, let me confirm real quick.
Yeah.
And the couch smelled.
It smelled like someone peed on the couch.
Yeah.
It was disgusting.
Disgusting,
as you like to say.
/ just like musky.
It smelled like some people were like naked on.
Yeah.
It smelled like pee. It smelled like gross.
It also just smelled like old and unused too.
Yeah. And
like a mix of all 3.
What's it called? A bed in the couch.
It was also a pull-out couch.
Thank
yeah.
you.
It was like pee, musty, old smelling. And then, of course, like the 3 of us start taking turns because we're like, wait, the couch smells like pee. So then I smell where Cole was sitting, and then Pakua smells where Cole was sitting, and we just take turns like rotating.
Yeah.
And Cole's like, I think it smells like pee. And I was like, I just think it smells like an old couch. And then we were like, we're all just like rotating, smelling the couch because we were like, well, if we decide it smells like pee, then we have a problem, don't we? Because then it's like, this couch is unusable. We're here for like a weekend. Where are we supposed to sit? It's 5 people in a little Airbnb.
2-bedroom.
This is the sitting area. So if this smells, what the heck? So then immediately, like as we're in the middle of this conversation,
the rotation pee smelling,
just
literally
taking turns.
Yeah,
we're all taking turns smelling the couch, trying to figure out what we're going to do and what it smells like. Then the 2 other people from our group show up.
2 other guys come in.
And immediately everyone's like, you have to smell the couch. They're like, what? Hi,
they didn't
hello.
even get 1 foot in the door, and I was like, smell the couch.
Smell it, because we have a bigger problem. And they're like, what?
Oh.
So we just like said we like came to the conclusion that it was pee.
It was
It
pee,
must have
for
been.
sure. Yeah, the guys were like, because you both were kind of on the fence. You're like, I don't know. And then I was like, don't say anything. Have the guys smell.
Yeah.
And the guys, and they're like, oh, it stinks like pee. And then how many times are we going to say the word pee in this But anyway.
No. It smelled like pee.
Yeah. Anyway, so then we all decided, and then we had to like contact. It was we don't have to get into all of it.
Yeah.
But it was like
the next 2 hours before our dinner reservation was us trying to
me
because immediately like Cole and Chris go into action, are like and are calling the Airbnb, they're texting, they're messaging, and they're whatever. And like Cole was trying to contact the people who own the property or Airbnb themselves or the middleman or like a maintenance guy. And between all of those people, they were giving you the runaround, but also
no one
they wouldn't
responding.
they wouldn't even talk to you because you weren't Chris, the one who booked the thing. So Cole had to pretend that he was Chris. And the one guy, because I walked in on you on the phone with like, I don't know who it was. He just keeps calling. He kept saying the name Chris, almost like he was mocking you that he knew that you weren't Chris.
Yeah.
He was like, yeah, of course, Chris. Yeah. So anyways, Chris, this is what we're going to have to do.
I know. I was like,
I'm like so close.
well, because
it's cold.
I called, that was the Airbnb support because
Directly the source, the bigger
because
company.
mind you, I tried contacting the host and the host literally was just not responding. Just like stopped. It literally maybe was like 50 minutes in between each message they sent us.
Yes.
They would be like, oh, let me look into it. And I was like, you're not. Anyway, so I called Airbnb support and they were like, you're not the main person who booked it, so you can't do it. And I was like, okay. So I hung up and I called back thinking I'd get a different person. No. It was the same man.
Oh my god.
And then I was like, this is Chris now.
Yeah.
And so
like an accent. You're like, Michael, what are you doing?
Howdy.
Yeah.
It's like, howdy.
Howdy.
Yeah. So anyway, it was a mess. And then we ended up going to
a hotel.
I was saying the supper club.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We went to a supper club in Wisconsin Dells. We've talked about Wisconsin Dells in the past, but if people don't know,
we should say what it is.
To re-reference, Wisconsin Dells, if you don't know, is like a Midwest town.
Water park capital of the world.
Yes, it's touristy. There's like amusement parks. It feels very much like there's like photo ops and photo shoots everywhere possible. Like there's so many. There's like a Paul Bunyan restaurant, which is like the big guy with the ox. Like, so yeah, Cole really wanted to go to that. It's just like all these water parks and like this amusement park, and it's all these little places to go, and you can get like souvenirs. It's a thing that a lot of, I feel like people in Wisconsin, Illinois, Midwest go to as like a family vacation that's not that far. You don't have to fly to. So
it used to be cheaper than what it is now.
Yes.
It's more expensive. We were talking about that as well,
yes,
too.
My family went through a bunch as
kids.
It
used to be affordable.
Yeah.
Now it feels like it's like, well, you might as well just go to Disney World at that point because it's so expensive.
Right. But Cole and his friends wanted to go, and then I got to tag along, and I haven't been there in years. But we just wanted to do like a little, you guys just wanted to do like a little getaway.
And it just happened to be on Valentine's Day.
Right. And at a water park. So that's where we're at. And then Wisconsin is known for supper clubs, which describe a supper club because I had never been to one. This is my first one, and I was excited.
A supper club is like kind of, I think it was established in like the 80s or 70s or 80s or whatever. Really big with more of like our grandparents' generation and our parents' generation. But then it started kind of going in and out. But it's essentially just like, it's like a nicer dinner that usually has like a salad bar you can walk up to. Some of them have them where you like you order and then your entree and then you go, and there's usually like old fashions are always like the
drinks,
staple
old
there.
Fashions. Yes.
And then it's usually like a fish fry or like steak. It's more like really rich food.
Yeah. Are they always dark? This one was like mood lighting, kind of dimly lit. Dark, yeah. The type of place that if you like have bad eyesight, you need a little like light for the menu.
Oh, for sure.
Right. It wasn't like a well-lit Chili's. It was like, this is a moody, Judy little restaurant, little supper. It felt like, I didn't feel like a dinner. It felt like a supper. Like, my grandma, she calls lunch dinner and dinner supper.
Lunch, dinner,
she calls lunch in the middle of the day like dinner. Okay. And then she calls dinner supper.
Okay.
So that's just like what she does. But I was like, this feels like a supper club. It feels like it has like a older vibe to it. But the food was, let me tell you, two things about Wisconsin Dells. The French onion soup at this restaurant, amazing. And the water slides at the water park, crazy. Those are my two things. Great soup, crazy slide. That's what I have to say about Wisconsin Dells. But let's talk about the supper club.
Okay, yeah. So also, mind you, while we go to this dinner, we are actively still trying to figure out and get our Airbnb canceled, refunded, and trying to find a new place to stay.
To lay our heads that night. This is like, I think our reservation was at 7:30.
And Airbnb actually was really great. They were very great and very professional.
I don't book them a lot, but you have experience with Airbnbs. Yes. You and I traveling together don't always have the best luck, apparently. We never. Something always goes wrong.
Something goes wrong, but that's okay.
But usually you have better luck with Airbnbs.
Yes, usually, This is a weird event. So we were doing that, but then we were at dinner during it. Then do you want to talk about dinner?
Yeah, so we're sitting at dinner, and it's like all of us, they put us like in one of like the back corner booths. We'd made a reservation. Yeah. And we're all sitting there, and we're picking like drinks, and we pick our food. And as like Chris and Cole are getting like messages about, okay, we're gonna go stay at this hotel, and okay, we got the refund, so now we can like find a new place. And we actually, the hotel we stayed at, we got our money.
It was
cheaper,
saved money, and it was I loved that hotel.
I did. The setup of that hotel was amazing. Like the two separate rooms and the
two separate rooms.
Anyways, we made a little bit of money back. We're there. We're only in the Dells for a couple hours. We already made a little bit of our money back.
Like girl math. So we were like, okay, so the dinner's free.
Yes, we could have a nice, fun dinner.
Yeah.
And we're sitting there, and one of the, like at a restaurant where the computer is for all the waiters and the waitresses, it's always like tucked in somewhere. It just happened to be right by our table.
Yeah.
So as we're like kind of in the corner, so there's like this half wall, and as we're sitting there talking, this really tall waiter looks over.
This tall waiter,
he's cute.
Very attractive.
Looked very friendly.
Handsome.
Kept like looking over at us, and I was like, maybe we're just being loud because like
Which we were,
it was
but
Valentine's Day. It's a lot of couples. It's families. It's dim lighting.
Yeah.
And we're like just got all together. We're talking. We're yapping. We're laughing about stuff.
Yeah.
And he like looks over a couple of times, and then he like points at me, and he's like, "Okay." I say, "Sorry." He's like, "Are you that girl with the cactus?" And then I go, "Oh yeah." So then he goes, I don't even know what he said. He's like,
he was just like, I love your stuff.
Yeah,
you
he's
make
like,
me laugh so hard or whatever. And I just
he's like,
love
oh
your
my
comment.
God, I thought so. And I was like, yeah, okay. So
He
we
was
said
very
hi to
excited.
him.
Yeah.
And then we did the dinner. You guys had to leave.
Yeah, and in the middle of everything.
So our waitress, he wasn't our waiter.
He wasn't our waiter, but he kept coming over and like talking, and he was very nice.
But our waiter was great. She was amazing.
Yeah, she was amazing too. Let's call him. What do we want to call him for the sake of privacy? Let's call him Jack.
Jack. Okay.
Jack. So Jack kept coming over. It was very nice. And then in the middle of the dinner, we got confirmation that we got the refund from the Airbnb.
Right.
But then we were like sketched out because we had a door code and like
I forgot.
they're automatic. So whatever. Chris and I ended up leaving in the middle of dinner.
No, well, first you had to go to the hotel. So we got the
There's
so
so
we,
many things.
We go to dinner. Then we realized we got the full refund for the Airbnb. We don't have to book a new one. We're like done with them. So then we're like, where are we going to stay next? So these two are looking for hotels. They find a hotel. They book the hotel. We make some money back. Great. Now they realize that the hotel lobby closes at 9:30, and we're not going to get out of dinner until then. So that they have to leave in the middle of dinner to go. And we only have 2 cars. There's 5 people. There's 2 cars. So Cole's one of the cars. They have to leave dinner to go to the hotel to go to this. To go pick up our keys that when we're done with the dinner at whatever time, we can just go right to our rooms because the lobby will be closed. And then we weren't going to have a room
and
either way.
And if it sounds chaotic, I promise you it was.
It was.
It was.
So
it
then,
was so awful.
In the middle of all that, they leave. Now, we've already ordered food. We flag our waitress down. She was amazing. She was very nice, so accommodating.
Very nice.
And it was like the 5 of us got all different things and different drinks. And we were like, hey, our friends had to leave. We like tried to explain it so simply. We're like, they had to leave to go pick up stuff for a hotel. Can you just put their food on the warmers? Which as a server is like... somewhat one of my worst nightmares because I'm like, well, I already put the order in, so that's not my fault. It's your fault for leaving. But also to put things on the warmer and to leave it under that warming station is like, it's just going to get crusted and bad, which is not her fault at all, which we knew. We're like, if you could do anything to just leave it on the warmer and not bring it out so it gets cold, that would be fine. And if you can't, we understand. We're not like doing any of this on purpose. So then as you guys are gone, we get a text or Cole calls me, I remember, because I didn't pick up on the first time. And he goes...
each 3 of you.
Did you? No one were giggling and laughing.
I called you, all 3 of you at the table.
I was telling them about my old server jobs, like some really good lore of when I used to be a server. And Cole calls me. I don't pick up. I call him back and I go, what's up? And he goes, okay, so... the Airbnb said something, and
they
because
just couldn't guarantee you that like the second they cancel our reservation, we won't get locked out of the Airbnb.
Yeah, because it was a door code.
It was a door code,
so,
and that's automatic. And it's just like we just didn't want to putz around with it, so we ended up taking me and Chris, the both of us, ended up moving everyone's bags, everything we brought,
5 people's
all
stuff.
Of our food.
I had brought in a bunch of food for like us to because we're on Airbnb, so I was like, I brought a bunch of food for us, and they had to literally like. Basically like rob a house and like take everything they thought was ours. Like they just had to guess.
Yeah.
And then stuff everything back into one car. Everything that came in 2 cars, stuff it back in one car.
Well,
and then
food was under the warmer.
And then show back up at the restaurant. So they were, I don't know how long you guys were gone.
Probably like 20 minutes.
I think more like 25, a half hour. We were there for a long time at that supper club, which is also the thing too. It's like these long dinners.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then you guys finally came back.
We finally came back, yeah. But so then like we ended up getting everything out. And it was fine. It was all good. And then we came back to the dinner, and our waitress was very nice.
Yeah.
And she just was like...
They brought the food right out.
She was like, I'm so sorry. And we were like eating, I think, our appetizers. Well, you guys were eating finishing your entrees.
Chris had gotten like oysters or something.
Yeah.
He walked back in, ate like a bunch of them real fast, and then had to leave again. And I was like, I feel so bad, but... like at the same time, it was like only one person can call Airbnb and only 2 people have cars. And then it was like you have to go pick up the hotel keys and one person.
A situation.
Yeah, it was just a long day, especially for you guys. So then you guys finally come back and are eating, and we're all just like sitting there chilling. We're like, okay, now we're all here.
Yeah,
we'll just sit.
And I just remember the waitress being like, "I'm so sorry, but I just don't want your food." I was like, "Bring it on. It's all good.
It's not your fault."
Yeah, like
I think you had a salad.
I was literally eating my salad as she was like, she's like, "Your food's been under there for so long." I was like, "No worries, just bring it." And the food was still really good.
The soup was.
It would have been better if it was fresh, but it still was really good.
Should we shout shout out the name of the place? Or
Yeah, we can. Yeah.
What was it called?
Del Bar?
Del Bar in
Bar.
Wisconsin Dells. If you're ever there, fantastic.
So
French
gummy.
onion soup. Gummy yummy is what you said?
I said
gummy yummy.
Gummy yummy. So good.
Some of the best French onion soup I've ever had.
Yeah.
I would have eaten another. I would have just like next time if I ever go there again, no entree, just like 3 bowls of soup. And
Yeah,
then
I'd go back
old fashioned
there.
and call me out.
I want to go back there with a better experience when I could experience through the whole meal
Yeah.
sitting,
Just
not
like
getting up
leaving in the
multiple
middle of
times.
a dinner.
Yeah. But anyway, okay. So then later,
Right.
at the restaurant,
Yeah.
what happened?
After you got so then
Well, so I was like, first Jake, the waiter named Jake.
his name is Jack before.
Jack. Oh, sorry.
like, who's Jake,
What was
the
his
waiter?
name?
Jack.
What we called him?
Yeah.
Jack. I was like feeling good. I was like, okay, I'm done. And I was like, Jack's cute. I want to get his
Yeah.
number, or I want to give him my number.
Yeah, because he was around, and Cole was
Yeah.
like, Jack's kind of cute. And I was like, oh.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, like,
Yeah.
what do you want to do with that info?
But then, what happened on your? What's his her face come?
Yes, okay, we'll call her Jill. We'll call her
Oh,
Jill, Jack
perfect.
and Jill.
What's her face?
What's her
Sorry,
face?
sorry.
Okay, so then I forgot, when you guys were also gone, did you guys come back and then leave again?
Yes.
Is that what it was?
I left 3 times. I know I left 3
You
times.
did leave. I thought it was all one trip. You guys did. We all sat down. We ordered. Then you had to leave to go get the hotel keys. Then you came back, and then you had to leave again to go get the Airbnb stuff. I thought it was all one trip. You did come back. You did come back because you guys had to leave again. And when you were gone that second time, some girl walks up to me in the restaurant
yes.
because we were like done eating.
Yeah.
Because I remember being like, yeah, I wonder how long we'll be here. I wonder, not like in a bad way, but I was like, I wonder like when this place closes / like, I don't think I've ever been in a restaurant for such a long reservation.
Yeah.
And some girl walks up to me, we'll call her Jill. And she walks up and she goes, so I'm a friend of Jack's, and I also the waiter, and I also work here. And she's like, I'm a fan of like mine, and she knows my videos, but she also listens to the podcast.
I know, which I was I was genuinely not upset, but I was like, man,
that
I really
Cole
wish.
wasn't there. Yeah.
Yeah, I was just like, oh, I've never met anyone who listens to the podcast in real life, so that'll be fun.
But
anyway.
shout out Jack, she was so nice. We're
Jill?
using. Yeah, both of them. But
Both
shout
of them,
out
yeah.
Jill. She said that she listens to the podcast. That's so nice.
So nice.
We were catching up and chatting. I
Did
guess
you do
she.
a shot with them?
No.
Oh. I think I made that up in my head.
No.
Okay, never mind.
I think I said we should go back in and do shots with them because I was like, I think
yeah.
she works at the restaurant as well, and then she. I think like went to go. I think she had worked earlier that day and then went to go shopping. And she was sitting at the bar with her friend grabbing a drink. And I think Jack had texted her and been like, the Cactus Girl's here. And she's like, what? Like, let's go hang out.
Yeah.
She was so incredibly nice. They both were. And we were just chit-chatting. And then as we signed checks. Okay, so you did come back. You did come back in because you had to sign the check.
And then I put my number down
for Jack.
And I was like, let's whatever.
Yeah.
Let's chat.
Yeah.
Jack. And then we
Shoot
left.
your shot. Yeah.
And then we left. We checked in the hotel. The hotel was great.
Yes.
And then
because when I got back in the car, I told you. I was like, there's a girl in there that watched the podcast. And Cole's like, what?
I know, but as I was like pulling out, I was like, is it weird if we go back in so I can say hi? And then you were like, no, not at all. I was like, I feel like it's weird if all of a sudden like I come running. I'm like, where's Jill? Like they're like, God, why do you keep running in and out of this place?
And you can imagine our server for our actual table would probably be like, what the hell is going on?
No, literally.
People are talking to them. Like they keep leaving. It feels like a weird dine and dash
like
situation.
Yeah, but only part of us were dashing.
Yeah. I tipped her well though. I remember like writing the tip and being like, you know what, this has been a chaotic. I'm sure her whole shift has been chaotic, but I was like, this is a chaotic.
Especially
table.
on Valentine's Day too.
Yes,
to be like
exactly.
people coming in and out. Anyway, so we checked into the hotel. The hotel was awesome. It was so great. We had 2 separate rooms, whatever. And then Jack texts me.
Yeah.
And this is when I am an old man. I'm not an old man, but I like y'all were like ready to party. And I was like,
I think we were just giggly.
And I was so tired from all of that.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, I just was like, I can't, like I drove us there and then I had to do it, which was fine. I'm not complaining, but I was like, it was 9 o'clock. I was like, we have a whole nother day tomorrow. If you guys want me to be happy, I need to go to bed.
Yeah.
But I couldn't because everyone was sitting on the foot of my bed, so excited that Jack was texting me. And I was like, oh, cool. He texted. But it was like the FBI. What I don't know. What's like a I don't know.
It was like ultimate. It was like sleepover
NASA.
vibes.
It was like NASA when they're all like about to launch the missile because everyone got on my bed as I am horizontal, just being like, and everyone's like, "What do you say back?" And I was like, "You guys, I don't know. I am so tired."
Yes, Cole was like in bed, laying in bed, like
Did you
sheet
take
over.
a video of all of us?
I have several videos of us just like giggling, trying to craft the perfect like text or whatever, just because we're like, oh my god, he texted. We're like, okay, what should we say?
Meanwhile, I like did my face hair. My contacts are out.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't.
Your eyes are closed. You're like, you guys, like he texted. We're like, oh my god.
I know you guys were more excited than I was.
Yeah, there's literally like a video. So I think Cole and I were sharing like a room and sharing a bed. So I think Cole was like in bed and he's like, he texted. And because he's half asleep and we're like, oh my God. So then I like lay in bed next to him and I'm like looking at his phone. I was like, I think you should say this. And I'm like, I think you should. Well, that's good. Oh, we forgot that can we talk about how he gave you the recipes?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so
Cole
Cole ordered dessert. I think a lot of you guys ordered dessert. I got a cappuccino because I was like, if we're ready to party, I gotta wake up. So I had like my classic.
I get a coffee too, or I kept going back and forth. Whatever.
Going back and forth. I got like a classic like 9 p.m. cappuccino, very in my wheelhouse. Didn't drink too much of it because I was so full off that French onion soup. And I got a fish fry. I really did this. I really did
we
this
didn't
supper.
talk about what we got.
I really did the supper club bread. I got the French onion soup, amazing. Fish fry, which they're known for, old fashioned.
Oh yeah, I got
you get the
old
cordon
fashioned, cordon bleu, and then I drank someone Pakua's old fashioned because she didn't like it.
Yes,
old fashioned was fine. I wouldn't write home about it.
I've had
a lot better.
I'm all about the soup. Anyways, so then Cole and a couple of them get dessert, and Cole, you really liked the key lime pie.
Pakua got the key lime pie. There was like a Valentine's dessert. I forgot what it was.
Special. They only have it for this weekend.
Yeah.
And Jack walks by. Jack walks by, and Cole's like, "This dessert is so good." And did you ask for the recipe?
No, I
thought you were like, "I would love that recipe." I think you said
something.
You must have said something because he's like, "I'll be right back," and then we did not see.
He's like, "I'll get you that recipe" or something, and I was like, "Give me the key lime recipe too."
Yes,
and then he's like, "Okay." Well.
And we didn't see Jack for like another 15 minutes, and we're like, he probably like went out the back door and like got in his car and drove away and was like, "Screw that recipe, who cares?" He came back with like the ingredient list printed out. He went to the back kitchen and found a computer and a printer and printed out the ingredients and like stapled them together and like gave them to us, which was so nice.
Yeah, it was very nice. But it also was like, it was funny because like, if anyone knows like what a recipe looks like, it's like the ingredients
instructions
and then like preheat the oven to 350. But it just was like 2 eggs, a half of sugar, and I was like, thanks, Jack. But like, what the hell am I supposed to do with this?
I don't know. Like, I thought that was like even funny because it was like, you figure it out. I was like,
no, I know.
So then Cole goes to the number. Cole's in bed, half asleep, and he's like, "You guys," he texted me, and I'm already in bed, like leaning, looking over the phone. I was like, "Okay," I was like, "You should." I was like, "Okay, this is great." And then as soon as they hear us talking, the three of them, Cole's 3 other friends, like walk in the room. One of them was like on the bed, like tucked in, like on their knees, like leaning in. Someone else was like standing and like looking. And then someone else, they had surrounded the bed. It was like all of us trying to craft a text.
It was like mission control.
That's
the word I was
so
looking for.
much fun. And I was taking videos because I was like, we have to put the perfect text, and then we would wait, and then Cole would be like, he texted again, and we're like, ah! And they would come running back in.
Yeah,
it was so like giddy and fun, and like
it was funny,
just like innocently such like a fun bonding giggly thing to do.
Yeah, it felt very much like a classic sleepover.
Oh my gosh, I haven't done that in years. To be like,
I should text him and send him this episode.
Yeah, yes. Now you have his number.
I do. Yeah.
And be like, hey, we talked about you for a good
we talked about
half hour.
Don't worry. Yeah, 34 minutes and counting.
He's like, why are you obsessed with me?
Yeah, he's like, stop. I'm like, well.
He's like, I can give you the instructions to that recipe if you want. I'm like, oh my God, thank you.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, you know what I have? Oh, it's not even in here. Those cake pans I got you for Christmas.
Oh.
I still have them. I think they're in that
baking.
chair.
Okay.
And I never made them into anything. They're under that werewolf mask.
You didn't use it?
I never cooked anything. I know. I never made a cake.
Once you do it, it's fine.
Okay. Anyways.
I'm not like, I need to make the cake right now.
Okay.
I'm like, oh God.
I pull out a cake. I have a freezer under the table. I pull out a whole like ice cream cake. I'm like, here you go.
Thank you.
And I have the recipe for that.
Ooh, hey.
It's just ingredients. 2 eggs.
Jack. But I think overall, it was a very, the water park.
Quickly. The water park.
Yeah, quickly, yeah.
The next day we went to the Kalahari, which is like one of their bigger water parks. They're even making like
we got the day
new
pass.
Yeah,
they're building.
They're a new outdoor section?
No, like an expansion.
Oh,
I don't know.
Shoot.
Kalahari sponsor us.
Yeah. Yeah, Wisconsin Dells. Like we're on the tourism board. I haven't been to a water park in general in like 15 years maybe.
Yeah. Oh, same.
I just like going to lakes. I don't really need like a water park experience or anything. But they had like the classic like a toilet bowl slide. They had like the ones where the rafts. And then they had slides there which I didn't know that you like needed like a warning label to ride them, or like I didn't. They had videos before you took the stairs to get the slides, and they were like, there's a sign that said, make sure you watch the instruction video before you do the slide.
Yeah.
And looking back on it after we did the slide, I was like, what a weird, like, I can't believe they take videos of the slides. Like, it's just a slide.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't. You guys, they don't make slides like they used to in the Dells or anywhere. Those water park slides were crazy. It was the drop floor ones. I've never done a drop floor water slide where they're like, you're gonna have to put your hands up like this behind your head and cross your legs. I was like,
It used to be across your chest, and now what was it? Like it's like
behind your head.
You're like
I don't
relaxing.
know why.
I have no clue.
I don't know why. Maybe because like then you're like if you have to sit up.
When did that change? The last 15 years? When did that like they decide?
I just back in my day, I'm pulling one of those cards. You would just sit, and then they like you would just go down the slide, and it was just like like the twists and turns. The water pressure might be high, so it's like fun that way. This was like you're standing straight up, and then the floor. Then there's like that woman over the headset goes 3, 2, 1, and then the floor just drops underneath you, and you're dropping straight down, like Houdini doing a magic trick.
Yes.
Like the floor disappears.
Sorry, we have some weird sound issues. I don't know what's going on.
I don't know. It's either the cans reverberating, something. There's planes.
There's something shaking.
Right.
Anyway, yeah,
they're just crazy water slides, and like fast. The drop and the fast, and we had taken all those stairs, and there was nobody in line when Chris, Cheech and I went up the first time. No line, so we just got right on the slide.
Yeah.
So I was like out of breath, and I was trying, and I was
those
like,
stairs are no joke either. I was
because it was like it's like at least 3 flights.
Oh, it's more than that.
Yeah,
it's like
and then
six stories.
As we get to the last flight, I'm realizing that it's going to be a drop floor.
Yeah.
So then I'm like, my heartbeat's picking up then too, because I'm like, oh, I didn't know that was going to be. I was like, oh shit. So then they go first, and then I go down the slide, and I almost drowned. Not like drowned, but when I did that first orange slide, there's nowhere to take a breath.
Oh, yeah, no.
I only had a breath to get me through half the slide. And when I tried to take another breath, I couldn't sit up enough. And there was so much water. I was going so fast that I couldn't find a break. So when I got out and it shot me out, even the lifeguard was laughing. I like got out and I was like leaning over the side, and I got up and I saw the lifeguard. She's like, I was like, what is so funny? So then I remember we did it again. I went on the green one, and Chicha went on the orange one, and he goes, yeah, the orange one's worse. And I go, yeah, the green one, at least there's like a weird break in it where you could sit up and be like, and then you go, and he's like, yeah, the orange one is different.
No, because like when I went on the first time, I won.
Which one did you go on?
The farther one. When you get up there, it wasn't.
But
the
that set
one,
of slides.
The drop one.
Green.
Was it green?
Yeah, you went on the more breathable one, I think.
Okay, so I already was so scared of that as a kid. I was like, I'm never going on that. I saw it once when I was like a teenager, and I was like, that looks terrifying, because you get in like this capsule and they shut the door, and it's like a clear door, and first of all, the lifeguard didn't care at all that I was like, didn't even care that I was alive.
So bored.
Like, didn't you? I was like, oh, I've never done this. But I'm like, what? Like, I was like, what is this?
Yeah.
Like, me not knowing anything except that it's a drop floor. I was like, why does it look like I'm going in a coffin that has a door in the front that's like clear? And he just like, get in there, blah, blah, and shut the door. Didn't even give me time to think.
No.
Didn't care I was alive.
No.
Was just like, get in there, put your arm. And I was like this. And he's like, yeah. I was like, what? Like, you're not even, whatever. It doesn't matter.
I feel like you need like a little sticker that says like, first time.
For sure. Because in like the countdown, I literally was like, okay, Cole, just like I literally was coaching myself through like the countdown. I was like, okay, just like hold your breath at 1, and it's gonna drop, and it's gonna be really scary. And it was really scary, and it hurt my freaking back.
Oh,
like the dot, like the seams and the whatever.
Yeah.
But then we hung out in the adults only bar, swim up bar area.
That was great. I've never been old enough. I've never been 21 at a water park. So they had like a little swim up bar where everyone's like waist deep, and then the bartenders are like dry behind a thing.
Yeah.
I would hate working at that type of bar, because I just imagine everyone splashing me, and then I'm just like covered in like chlorine water.
It also just like, I don't know. But when I told people we're like, we're going to the Dells, everyone's like, oh my God, you're going in like a pool full of chlorine and like blah, 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 and like dirty bodies and pee. And I'm like, you know what? Whatever. I just am like,
Yeah, but how fun it is outweighs everything else. I'm like, that's still fun. Whatever. And then I go shower and I go home and I mind my own business.
There's so many chemicals. Whatever.
So many
chemicals. People are so gross as it is. So I just think this.
But we got these big, huge, like reusable cup drinks that we all shared, and then we drank the whole menu. Every single like drink that we could get in these souvenir cups, we got.
How you guys, I had like a few sips of each of them.
Really?
And I didn't. But I was so sugary. They were just like slushies. They were good.
Alcoholic slushies.
Yeah, they were alcoholic slushies.
This adult swim place had like an outside part. So like the only outside part open in like the winter time was this adult swim part. There was like a mini pool outside. You had to go through like, like the flaps at like a car wash. You had to like go through the flaps. You could go outside.
Oh, I didn't know what I was doing. And so it was like the flaps of like when you're
they're plastic flaps to keep in the heat.
The divide
Yes.
to go outside, and then there's like this like storm door almost above it
that they close at night.
Okay, and like there was like a little handle to like you're not supposed to touch the handle for sure.
Right.
And so like when we got there, it was much bigger. Like the opening was much.
You could
wider.
walk through it.
Yeah,
like, you could just walk through these. It's kind of like if you ever go to like the beer cave at like a liquor store, or like or like the frozen section at like a grocery store. Like sometimes they have like you walk through those big plastic see-through things, and everyone like gets hit in the face with them as they're like carrying a beer. So the storm door is at a height, so everyone can just walk through. And like put your hand out for the plastic and walk through. But then Cole walks by.
I go through, and then I'm like, well, there's this handle here. I'm gonna like. I think was I the first or was I?
I don't know.
You
must have been the last because you were laughing about it, and when we had to go back in, we're all like,
no,
Jeez.
no acknowledgement either. I didn't even say anything. I literally grabbed the handle, goes like all like a good like few inches down, and I'm like, yep. Anyway, and so I like go underneath it. It's literally like everyone has to do the limbo to get underneath.
So Cole had pulled the storm door down, so it wasn't like at the height of walkable anymore. It was like everyone had to like duck and push. It was like going through like a secret cave. Like what's that called? Like spelunking.
No one
or
said
something?
anything though. Everyone didn't just.
Not a single other person, even like taller people than us, were like, put this back up. No one did anything.
And I think at one point I did try to, but I was like, whatever.
Nonchalant, I was
push
it up.
Yeah, I was like, trying to go through it. I was like, no.
Yeah. But yeah, the water park was great. We did the lazy river. We did everything.
You had to be 21 and under, but then like
over.
Sorry.
You can be 21 and under in a bar.
21 and over. Sorry, and on the in the outside part, but everyone tried sneaking in. All these 20, and so it was so funny. Probably every maybe 20 to 30 minutes, we'd be sitting there and we'd see like some like teenagers like sneaking or whatever, and then they would always be like the most dramatic, like the workers would be like, I told you to get out. And it was always like it was a show every 30 minutes
because there wasn't wristbands. You just had to like show your ID at the bar, and then the bartenders had to remember that you were old enough and like have to be drinking. It's so just give us a stamp or another wristband. Like I don't see
just give us
but so they did do that, so they had to have someone like standing. So it's this outside pool, and there's like an emergency door where the workers just like stand and like lean on it, and then as soon as they see someone coming outside, they're like, not 21. They open the door.
They were on it. And then some people try bringing food, and they're like, no food, I told you to get out. And I'm like, oh my God. Like, they were really on it. And we were so impressed.
It was fun. We were just sitting there giggling. We were playing games. We were playing like Cheers Captain, which is a drinking game. We were playing,
so fun.
What did Chris show us? Wavelength?
I have no idea.
Some type of like mind games where you have to like sense the pattern, or like I'm going on a picnic. That game. It was really fun. I could have stayed there another like 4 hours.
Yeah, the lines were still kind of long for. We were talking about this. That like if the lines were shorter for the rides,
the raft ones.
I would have stayed longer. Yeah. But I think we got there at like 10 and left at 6. Something crazy like that. We were there for a long time.
I think 11 because I think we got up because I think the passes started at 10.
Oh yeah,
but did you fall on your neck on the
toilet bowl one?
Yeah.
Okay, so the toilet bowl one is like it's like a body slide, so you don't have anything to ride on. It's just you, and you go down. It's like a tube. Just big enough for like a human body.
Yeah.
And then you go into like a big toilet bowl.
It opens up. It opens really big. So you're like free spinning if you've never been on one.
Yeah. And then it literally launches you out in the center of the toilet bowl. And Pakua didn't go on it. Or maybe she did. I don't remember if she did or not.
I think she watched every time.
No,
yeah.
And so I was the first person to come down.
Because she saw you. Yeah.
I went head first. It just was like I didn't know what to do. I was so unsure. And so then I literally landed on my neck. I literally fell out
of it
and went like on the water on the neck. And then like, that was it for me. I was done after that.
Yeah.
But I was like, nope, I'm done.
You did it one more time.
I did do it.
Yeah, I do it.
But that because
I think there was a drink in between.
Yeah, and I was like, how do you control your body? And the toilet bowl part. And then you guys were like, well, you got to do this, and I was like, oh,
right.
Like flip over on your stomach during the toilet bowl. So I was like, okay, I wish I knew that before I permanently damaged my body. I'm like, we don't bounce back.
Do they have, comment on below, do they have water, what are these called, toilet bowl? Do they have toilet bowl slides in other countries like this? If you don't know what it is, look it up. It literally is like,
an image in
I literally like, if you're watching, shout out to you for watching.
Oh yeah, shout out.
Shoots you out into like, this huge toilet bowl thing. And you are just like free spinning around this thing. You can like flip on your back or your side, or you
Yeah.
could go feet first or neck first or head first. You really have to like get control of it right at the
Yeah.
end. And then they drop you into this really deep pool that's like 9 feet deep so that no one will hit the bottom. And there's all the water from the slide is also falling on top of you. So
It's
when you pop up back up, it
disorientating.
feels like you're like under a waterfall.
And you're like,
And you have to like immediately start moving towards the edge. It's one of those that like there should come with a warning. Where
Yeah.
you're like, if you've never been on this, it's disorienting, and just
or
keep
like
breathing.
there should be like a go left for the exit, like after, because like it's like
Yeah.
I just
the lifeguard's just staring at you through the water, being like, "Dun, dun,
yeah.
dun," going the wrong way. I'm like,
hey, I don't know where I am.
yeah. I didn't even see the ladder to get out. When I went out the first time, I saw you guys and I saw you pointing. And I was
Oh,
like, if you
yeah.
guys weren't there pointing at the ladder, I wouldn't know where the ladder is. And I'm a good swimmer, but I was like, it would just take me a second to be like, where the
I just
hell
went
is
to
the
a
ladder?
ledge. I just
Yeah.
was like, okay, now
You're
what?
like crawling across the ledge, like gripping the ladder inch by inch.
So
But no,
funny.
it was a very fun weekend. It was a lot going on. Good, bad, fun.
Yeah, I want them to make an adult like
Adult only water park.
yes, or
With like
a-
multiple bars.
yes.
Yeah.
I think that would
Agreed,
actually do
agreed,
really
agreed.
well. Comment down below if you'd go to an adult-only water park.
Yeah,
I
and if
guess
you
that's
work for
like-
Wisconsin Dells,
oh yeah, if anyone you know has
in
a
a good word for
connection
us, yeah.
to anything in the Wisconsin Dells, we will be there.
it'd be fun. Especially Cole wanted to go to Paul Bunyan's log cabin restaurant. If you've never been, also another thing,
God,
another
donuts are
staple that
so
you should
good.
try.
Yeah.
And it was closed permanently for the season, but it was going to open up the next weekend. We just like missed it by a weekend. It was closed.
Oh, it's one of my
But-
favorite places.
You know, it never closes.
What?
Our voicemail.
Yes.
And our text messages. Let's move to the next segment of the podcast.
that we like to call
Under the Covers.
Ooh, that was a really good transition.
music.
Boom.
Under the Covers.
Welcome back to No, I'm kidding. Could you imagine? Welcome back to Under the Covers, where we listen to your hot gossip. You're
And
like, he's
questions
in a good mood now.
Now we got to this segment of the
Yeah.
pod.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can do it. Do it.
But you just started.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Welcome back to Under the Covers.
Yeah.
Sorry. Okay. Welcome back to Under the Covers. This is a chance for you to
my
call
gosh.
in and leave us voicemails, little secrets, tips. I never just do it. Just do it.
Okay, welcome back to Under the Covers. This segment of the podcast, it's the second half of the podcast. It's with me and Cole. Get to hear from you guys. And you can call or email us. We have a voicemail. We have a hotline. It's 414-293-2230. You can hit us with advice that you need. Some work gossip, some anonymous, juicy gossip. None is too little, none too small. Give us the details, okay? Leave us your
Period.
name, kind of where you're at. That's it. That's all we need to know. Just context, you know. Ask us for advice. Leave us questions, topics to talk about, whatever. You can call, or you could text, or you could email us at embedwithcc@gmail.com. That's
are
the
so good at
spiel.
this.
It's kind of, once you get that rhythm down, I love stuff like that. It's like our call to action.
I'm so bad at it. We've done it 26 times, and I'm so bad at it.
I love it.
Anyway, yes. So we have so many voicemails and messages and texts and emails.
We've been getting
that
good
we-
emails.
So
So let's
good.
do an
So first of
email.
all, shout out to everyone who sent it,
Yeah.
and thank you. We're trying to get to all of them. You guys are the best.
Tis a process. Here,
You
you want me to
never
read the one
let
that
us
I
down.
feel like you're always listening to the voicemail, so
Do it.
I will read the email. This one's from Andy. It says, "Hey, love the pod. I was just wondering your opinions on work bestie and work husband/wife titles. What is the difference and what is your opinion? I hate the term work husband and wife, but due to my work best friend being a man, it gets labeled on me. We are both happily married people and I just don't care for the label. Well, I'd love to hear your thoughts on the subject. Thanks, A." Great topic. Love that.
I actually think it's so weird.
To
Work
label.
husband and work.
Yeah.
Okay, I think it's
Well,
weird.
what's a
if
work
you're-
bestie? Those are different than a work husband, work wife, right?
Yes.
She says for the difference.
Oh, okay. What do you think?
A work bestie.
Well,
I don't know
I'm
if it's
thinking
just like how I feel about friendships in general. I've never had a work bestie. I don't even. I'll
You've
just.
never had a work bestie, even at like your serving job or in college, or anyone to be like, "Oh, I'm so happy that you're here. This makes like it go by so
No,
fast."
I'm not really one to say like that's my work bestie.
Well, not like, but like,
Not
I guess, yeah.
Or like, well, I don't. It's like I would never talk about someone in context and be like, "That's my work bestie." I'd be like, "I work with this girl. She's really cool." That's how I say things like that.
okay, so
I don't really use the.
equivalent. The
Yeah,
equivalent
I don't
is
use
like,
the term work bestie.
Okay, but
Because usually work friends are work friends and friends outside of that are friends. There's a difference.
Yes.
Work friends are work and they could overlap, but a lot of times they don't. And I think that's where people get in a lot of trouble when they're like, my work friends is like, those aren't your friends like in your normal context of life. Those are work friends. And a lot of times when those people get fired or quit, you're not friends with them anymore because you don't see them, right?
But sometimes you can make like friends.
You can, but I'm saying like there
the
is
transition out.
there is a world where as soon as you're done working that job together, you don't keep in
for
contact.
Sure. It's more
in the moment. You live in like this snow globe of a friendship.
Sure, because you guys, yeah. Also, God, isn't it the worst when you're hanging out with? I don't know if you've done this before, but like I try to be really conscious if you blend in your work friends with your real friends, because sometimes I remember when I was like 19. 2 of my roommates that I lived with at the time worked the same job, and they would come home and they would only talk about work, and I couldn't talk about it. That pissed me off so much, where I was like, please, and I would tell them, I'd be like, please, you guys, can we talk about, like, I don't know anything about babysitting or whatever they were doing. Not babysitting, daycare. They were working daycare. Sorry, that's... Yeah.
Right. But that's how you bond, though. Usually, like, your friends at work become your friends because you bitch about the same things together. That you're bonding over the hatred of the job, usually. Or, like, the hate, or they're, like, you disliking customers, or whatever it is. That's usually how you're bonding.
And then once you, like, quit, or the other person quit, it's just never the same, because you don't have anything in common, usually.
So that's work bestie. And then a work husband and wife is usually just the label. I don't see a difference. I think it just gets put on a label when it's, like, a man and woman.
And they hang out all the time. Like, at work.
Wouldn't that just be a work bestie, then?
Yeah, but I think
people just put that label on.
Straight people.
I feel like it is more of a straight label, because it's like
it's so
people
weird.
jump to the conclusion.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. No,
I've been cutting you off all pod. Apologies. We're just like so excited to talk.
I know,
each other.
and I have a full energy drink. I think it's really weird when someone's like, I have a work husband, but then they have a husband at home, or I have a work wife and they have a wife at home. I think that's really strange. Do you?
Yeah,
it makes me. Personally, I wouldn't do it because it makes me feel weird. Because I'm like, wouldn't your husband or wife at home or partner or whatever be like?
It's like it's a little sign of disrespect, and I feel like people, even joking, it's still a sign. I feel like that's never a title you should put on a relationship yourself. How
You're
she
my
said,
work wife here.
But see, you would never say that.
No, I would.
Someone else outside of this would be like, oh, so it's like your work wife.
Yeah.
I think you putting that label on your own relationship, if I went to work at a normal job, like if my daycare job, if I had like a guy best friend there, I would never be like, that's my work husband. I think that's weird and disrespectful to say that if I was in a relationship or a husband or whatever back home.
Yeah.
Like outside of work. I think that's like kind of a weird, disrespectful thing personally, because I'm like, it's just a label that's not needed. It's not like everyone at his work is like, you have to label all of your friendships. How do you label them?
Yeah.
It's a label that other people put on you just to like stir the pot, I think. She said that. She's like, I have a guy best work friend, and they put that label on us, and we don't like it. We're both happily married. I was like, yeah, other people put that label on you because they want gossip and they have nothing else to do, so they're like, that's like your work husband. And I'm like, no, it's just a male that works here.
Yeah, at my corporate office, people do that as well too, for people who are like just hanging out. I think I'm just like, okay, yeah, it is. But I do at work, I do have work quote unquote besties. I don't use that. Your fan has one of those switches. Oh, sorry, that was
Switch for what?
ADHD.
Switch for what?
The one that you change the direction of which way it blows.
Yeah, I've seen that. I don't understand what's the point of that. Why would you need to change the direction?
Full hard left.
I know, but why would you need?
Sorry, I think it's because one's for summer and one's for winter. You either bring the cold air or the down air.
Push it down. Oh, because the panels are they're not flat.
Yeah,
they're kind of tilted.
I've never seen.
I've never changed the direction.
Sorry.
It's probably the wrong direction.
Anyway.
Feels like a daylight savings thing. Where it's like, did you change the direction of your ceiling fan?
Yeah.
I'm like, no.
I've only seen like videos on YouTube or like on like when I'm scrolling on TikTok and it's like, change the direction of your fans, and I'm always like, mine doesn't have one of those lights, like those switches.
I think it's old. Maybe that's why it is.
Oh, maybe that's why.
I feel like new fans are like, it doesn't matter.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
No, I love it. That's so cool. I want to try it after we're done here.
Yeah. Anyways, I'm a fan of this call. Or
sorry.
this email. No.
Yeah. My bad. That was But no, But I do have people at work where I'm like, thank God you're here because you're going to make the day go by so fast.
Oh, of course.
And those are special relationships.
Oh, of course. Those are work besties?
Those are work besties.
No, see,
but I wouldn't use that. I wouldn't use that label, but
right.
I think that's what they mean.
Oh, I just think of them as like a strong worker.
Oh, I just think
or I'll be like, finally a competent person showed up today. Like, well, I'll just like say like it is. I'll be like, oh, finally, like a strong coworker's here.
Oh, I mean it more like, oh, thank God we can talk all day.
Maybe it's just the context of your job.
Sure.
You know what? This also does feel very corporate-y.
Yeah.
Like calling like a work bestie, work wife kind of feels like more corporate. If you're doing like a blue collar job or like even like a service job, that it's very task oriented, stressful.
Yeah.
like we're doing things. I just want strong coworkers who are going to get tasks done and who I can like count on and rely on and trust.
Sure.
There's not a lot of time for us to. There's not a lot of time for us to hang out at work. I don't hang out with people at work. Maybe we get like 2 minutes interactions here and there.
Yeah.
So maybe that's the difference. It's like the type of job.
Yeah.
The environment.
But I will say the labels are weird.
Yeah,
Labels
I don't
are
like
weird.
them.
Yeah. But for me
how do you
personally, labels are weird. But if you're living for the labels and you're like, that's my work, you go off.
If that makes the day go by faster, you want to call everyone
You
work
do
bestie. You do that. You got to protect your own peace and make the work go by faster. How do you get out of that label though?
You can't.
You can't.
You can't.
It's almost weird if she would be like, "Hey, don't call us that," because then it'd be like, "Oh, why don't you want us to call us that?" You like, why do you feel so strongly about not being called that? And it's like, well, because it's disrespectful and weird.
I mean, I think if you don't care, about I think if you care enough, go talk to the person. And if you're like, it's gonna make things weird, but I don't really care, I'm gonna say it anyway. Go for it.
It's like,
but it's just stupid and it's immature. It just comes down to immaturity and people just being like wanting something to, like you said, talk about or whatever.
It has to stay at work. If you show up to the holiday work party, and if me and my husband show up to the holiday work party, and you and your you and your wife, and someone goes, "Hey, oh my gosh, it's my." Who would say that? Say there was like 2 couples, man and woman. They're in the story, they're both happily married. If another coworker comes up at the holiday party, this 5th outside person goes, "Oh my God, Jared, your husband finally gets to meet like Chuck, your work husband." Now that is disrespectful and awkward.
Yes,
because she could be totally open with her husband and be like, "I don't know, they just call my work husband." It just opens the door for so much insecurity.
Yeah.
Even if you're the most secure person, you're like, okay, that's weird. Anyways,
and just awkward. You're just making things awkward.
Especially because she said they're both happily married and they don't want the label. So it's like, don't put your awkwardness.
You know what?
Me.
Actually, I would say something if I was her. Next time someone says that, I'd be like, "Hey guys, can you just not say that? That just like makes me feel uncomfortable." That's all you have to say.
And set that
Make
boundary.
it chill. Just be like, "Hey," and if they still do it, HR. That's what HR is there for.
There's an HR email. We have to stop calling people work husbands and work hubbies and work wives.
You know
Knock
what?
it off, everybody.
You know what I've learned about HR? They are never there for you. They are only there for the company.
Oh my God.
And I will die on that hill.
I bet a lot of people agree. Comment on below.
I've had so many HR Not with me. Not with me.
I'm constantly in that office.
I am constantly. Yeah, they are always yelling at me for calling work bestie, work husband. No, not. But like I've had issues before where I've had to go to the HR, not for me, but things have happened around or I witnessed things, and it's always they are protecting that company.
It sounds like your good night, goodbye. It's like a warning to be like they're always there for the company, not for you. I know
a lot of people who work in HR too, and they're like, yeah, it's the truth.
I don't know if I've ever worked a job with HR.
God, I'm jealous.
Where it's not just like the manager. It's such a small place where like I am the owner, the manager, your coworker, and HR, and I'm like, that sucks.
What would be our HR if we had an HR here? If we have Dan the audio,
Dan the invisible audio guy,
Tracy the HR agent, being like, stop interrupting each other.
That's it.
Stop talking over each other.
She's like, we need quiet time. I'm like, oh,
yeah, okay.
But yeah, thanks for the email. That was a good one.
Yeah, thank you. Okay.
Very interesting topic. One that I never think of. I'm thinking of all my jobs. I've ever had like a work guy best friend where I'm like, oh, so glad you're here.
I just hang on. I'm laughing because someone texted us. I have juicy gossip for the podcast and nothing else.
Never said that.
Nothing else. I'm like, okay, well, once you okay. Anyway, so we actually have an update from episode 10.
Oh my, I don't remember. I have to recap.
So basically, it was Tyler who called in, and he basically said that their friend keeps bringing their boyfriend around, and their boyfriend makes them uncomfortable.
Stop.
Do you remember this?
Finally got an update?
We finally got an update.
This was younger people, right?
16 episodes later.
Wait, wasn't it the whole group independently came together and was like, hey, does anybody think he makes us uncomfortable? And we're all like, yeah.
And we were like, why? What is, and Tyler never gave us context for like what makes them uncomfortable. Like, what is he doing? They just said like, yeah, so we've got an update. Okay.
Oh,
I know. I've been holding this out on you. Okay, so this is what the text message says. Yep. Hi, Christine and Cole. This is Tyler from episode 10, where I had a friend who kept bringing her boyfriend around a lot, and I wanted to follow up on what you guys asked and updates on the situation, because we needed context. We were like, what is he doing?
Episode 10 was like months ago.
Months.
Oh my God, they're still dating? Oh my God.
I don't know.
Okay.
Okay, so for context, my friend and I are all within the age ranges of 20 to 25. Checks out.
Sure. I thought a little bit younger, but okay.
Yeah. And the weird thing that my friend's boyfriend was doing that made us uncomfortable was his staring and awkwardness.
Staring?
I guess. Probably wasn't like involved in the conversation is what I'm guessing, or didn't know how to like whatever. But the update is
Like the staring is awkward, or what he's saying is awkward. It sounds like he just has weird body language.
maybe.
Because I remember you and I heavily were like, it's got to be. He might be saying crazy things that are
Crazy
like
or,
that's
like,
not okay to
offensive
say.
things.
Yes.
Yes.
You and I immediately went to that.
No, it's literally
He's
his
just
staring and
staring.
awkwardness.
They're like, "Hey, Joe." He's like, he's like, Joe,
Joe, are you there?
He's like,
yeah.
hello. Am I in the group now? I'm like, oh my god.
Okay, here's the update. The update is that we no longer talk to them anymore because the boyfriend moved states and the friend who kept bringing him around, we cut off completely. So things are going smoothly for us because we gained new friends in the process. Yes, they are way better than the girl and the boyfriend. So shady.
Wait, are they still dating? He moved states.
Yes. So hope this teaches you. And have a good day.
Hope
Love
this
the pod.
teaches you.
I'm obsessed with whatever.
You mean informs us? What's it gonna teach us?
I don't know. So hope this
What does
teaches
that
you.
mean?
And have a good day. Love
Hope
the pod.
this teaches you. I'm gonna start saying that to
I don't
people.
think. Yeah. Hope this teaches you.
Hope this has been teaching for you.
I don't think it taught us anything. Tyler.
Still, I have so many more follow-up
I know,
questions.
but I think that's.
Gosh, that's deeply interesting. Wait, so he's just
At
like
least we got an update. They moved states and they don't talk to them
okay,
anymore.
but if he moves states away, he's definitely not hanging out with you guys as much. So then you
Yeah.
would have gotten your friend back, and instead of getting her back, you guys cut her off.
I think this is a case that needs
I
to be
think
put
something else is
put to
missing.
bed.
Something else is missing from this because it's like, yeah, you would have gotten almost your friend back because you moved away, and then you cut her off. Maybe you cut her off and then he moved away,
Messy,
and you're
messy.
damn. Awkward and staring. Well, that's also something that you can't call out. If someone has like a staring problem, that's harder to call out to be
Yeah.
like, what's up with the staring? Then he'd be like, he probably doesn't even know he's doing it. It might be one of those things people just don't know they're doing it too. And that's almost, what's that saying? Like if you don't ever tell someone something they can't fix within 5 minutes. Like,
I've never heard that.
never heard that. Okay, so like if you hate how somebody, like they always have like they have something on your face, tell them, or like if their breath,
Sure.
maybe if their breath smells, they could fix that, right?
Yeah.
You brush your teeth, pop them in. But it's like if you hate the way that they stare,
Yeah.
you're like, well, they can't really fix that. Maybe you're right.
Yeah.
So you don't have to, you so can't bring it up. It's kind of like a mute point.
Yeah.
Not a great example, but that's awfully interesting. I'm
It
glad
is
that they
awfully
made new friends in
interesting.
the process.
Yeah.
Sounds like a weird way to lose a
It's-
friend, but
yeah. I think this just sounds like early 20s shenanigans.
you and I were really on the defense mode to be like, he must be saying offensive
Yeah,
things, and
but-
we got to get ahead of this.
I will say, I used to hang out with this girl whose husband did the same exact thing.
Staring?
Like I have never met, and it's fine. I think that's just like how he is, and I didn't judge him, but I just was like, it just like informed me how to act around him. Where I was like, I don't need to talk to him because he's not going to say anything. You know what I mean? Like I tried so hard to
'cause
be
he's
like, he
awkward,
just
yeah.
wouldn't speak. He would land randomly, literally. We'd be like all sitting. He would just get up and leave, and we're like, see ya. And she's like, yeah, he's like that. I was like, okay, which is fine. But I
Yeah.
think I always felt like a little like bad about it because I was like, oh, I just wish like I could get through to him or like whatever.
Yeah.
But I think it's just like how he was and whatever. So, but I feel like maybe in my early 20s I'd be like, he's a dick. You know what I
Yes.
mean? But now I'm just like, that's just how people are, you know?
Interesting.
And like that's just like that informs me how I need to act,
Yeah.
which is fine.
This has been great. Okay, I love this.
so-
I love this follow up because I feel like we got somewhat of an answer, but now
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
It makes sense. Like I get it.
You win some friends, you lose some friends.
least they got new
I know,
friends. There
I
you
know.
go.
Tyler, thank you so much for giving us an update. This also
Yeah,
is a
shoot.
shout out to anyone else. If you guys have updates from when you've called in and we were like, blah, 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 talked about it, give us an update. Send us in. I still want to know about that ring one. Wait, did I
Ring?
just make that up in my head? There was one
ring
with the
one?
ring.
Someone wore a ring, took off a ring.
No, she.
Lost a ring?
The engagement one where she saw the ring was engraved.
Oh, yeah,
I'm
the Lord of the Rings
dying
quote.
to know that.
Oh,
I'm dying to know
shoot.
update. Come on, send us an update.
They might be married by now.
Oh, for sure.
That was only a couple of months ago, but still.
Yeah. Oh, wait. Did I tell you the other update about
What other one?
the money update?
No, with the dad.
Okay,
and
wait.
The...
Yes,
okay.
we got that. I was gonna save
This
it for
is an
something
update
else, but
episode.
I'm gonna
Update episode.
hang on.
Anyways, if you, I'll do
Yeah.
this while he's doing that. If you want to send us a voicemail or a text, 414-293-2230, give us gossip, give us follow-ups. If you were on an old podcast episode, give us topics, ask for advice, questions, whatever. The Work Bestie one is a great example of a topic for us to talk about, discuss. You can send us voicemails and emails or text or an email, inbedwithcc@gmail.com. And if you're watching the pod on YouTube, make sure to give us a like, comment down below. And give it a share. Tell people about the podcast if you're listening on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. You can rate and review us. Rate, review, tell everybody about it. You can follow us on Instagram at InBedWithCC.
Yes.
Is that the Instagram and the TikTok? There
yes,
you go.
I'm still looking for this.
All
I'm
that other
sorry.
stuff. Cole's going to come up with that. The voicemail. I'll transition us right into it, and maybe your goodnight goodbye
Yeah,
is the
you keep
follow-up.
going. I'm sorry. This is very hard to find it.
My goodnight goodbye of this week is I was getting some pictures printed, and my little tidbit, if you ever want some cool prints, go to Walgreens. I think we like Walgreens, don't we?
Yeah.
As a company, who knows?
I
I don't know
think
if we beef with them right now, but Walgreens, I don't know if it's a new thing for everybody, but they have now, you can take pictures and print them out in a photo booth strip.
Oh.
And they have ones where it looks like the film strip where it has the holes on the side, or they have ones where it's just a white background and you can cut it. You can do 3 or 4 pictures. I mean, it's great. If you have a bunch of similar pictures that are maybe different poses, make them into your own little photo booth strips. And they have Polaroids. Now you have to crop them a little bit yourself, but if you know how Polaroid has the chunky white bar on the bottom with the little border, you can print pictures out like that too, so they're not just normal prints anymore.
Nice.
And if you go to
you
Walgreens,
showed me a few. It does look cool.
if you go to Walgreens, there's always a coupon floating around in the banner of
Never
the
pay full
Walgreens.
price.
I got them
Never.
50% off.
Yeah.
Ugh. Anyways, that's my little goodnight goodbye for me.
And my good night and goodbye.
Did you find the
Goodbo,
follow-up?
whatever. Goodbo.
Good boat to you.
I found the follow-up. Okay.
Okay.
So this was Marie. This was the money where her dad promised her that he would send her $5,000
Okay.
after Christmas, and then he stopped at 3.
Yes.
And then I think a few episodes ago, we were like,
I said
Babe.
give him the runaround, make it seem remind him about the dress that you need more money because you allocated the budget.
and
yeah.
I said be direct.
Yeah, Cole was
Yeah.
send him an invoice.
Okay, so this is the update. We love updates. This
Love
is our
it.
update episode. Hi, Christine and Cole. It's Marie, Blue Heart. My dad finally sent the $2,000 on January 3rd and 4th. I was direct and asked about it at our family New Year's party. Turns out he completely forgot to continue the Zelle payment after the 3rd day. I love that. That's such
Love
a dad
that.
thing to be like, oh my God, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
It still took him a couple days to send the $2,000. Yeah, $1,000 a day. The wedding is this April, so I'm stressed about the dress shopping. So wish me luck finding something off the rack. I know people don't usually use the text line, but thank you for answering my question. Lots of love to you both. Marie,
Love that.
an update that we are excited about.
Very good. Very happy. See, I think we had kind of said maybe he just forgot.
Yeah.
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 Just to
It's
subtly
such a
remind
dad
him.
thing, too,
Yeah.
as well. Okay, so cool. You got $2,000.
Love that.
You're looking for a dress. If you need send us dress options.
Yeah.
Well, maybe we won't show photos.
My friend
but...
just went dress shopping and found one the first day. She had good luck. She had good attitude. Found it. Perfect. Boom,
Yeah,
boom, done.
I hope you're bringing your little posse or a friend or something or someone to give you feedback. That's so fun.
Can you imagine us doing a podcast while someone's wedding dress shopping?
Wait, I would love
And they walk
that.
out, they're like, love it. Put a veil on her. Let's do a twirl, girl.
Yeah, we're going to Vegas now. I want to see this wedding now.
I love that.
I love that. Marie, good luck. If you want us to come, send us an invite to the wedding.
Great follow-up. Glad you got the rest
Welcome.
of that money only because he had said it. And I love how she used New Year's party. Boom.
Yeah, done
Social
and done
hour
and
was
done.
hey, you're a couple beers in. You know what I need? A couple $1,000. Anyways, moving on.
Hey-yo.
I like because there must be a limit on Venmo of $1,000 a day. Maybe he
Zelle?
just thinks. Yeah,
Yeah, there
Zelle.
is.
Is there? Okay,
I
that makes sense.
think there's always a limit or whatever.
Love it. Do you have any
Anyway.
other good night goodbyes?
No.
That's good.
No.
Little follow-up. I love
so
that.
fun. Yeah. Thank you guys so much. You did the outro already, right? And you
Yeah.
can follow us both. Christine, where can they find you? On TikTok. Or everywhere.
I deleted everything else.
Yeah.
TikTok. Oh gosh.
That's how this episode's going.
TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. Christine Snaps. It's always on screen. You can look at that. Cole, where
Yep.
they can find you and your music.
You can find me on Instagram and TikTok, ColeSteven11, STEVEN11, or you can go on any of your favorite music streaming platforms and find me there, Cole Steven, as well.
Love it.
This has been a fun one.
Yeah, good
Thanks,
one.
Christine.
All
I
right.
love being in your space.
Thanks, my 90s, 2000 Smash Mouth space.
Yeah, I love it.
All right, we'll see you guys next time on the next podcast.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.